welcome to episode 20 of the Reknit podcast. We finally hit double figures.
We're no longer a teenage podcast.
No. And we've been going over a year now, so it's, you know, it's fairly slow for a fortnightly podcast, but hey ho. We're what, 7 episodes behind?
Something like that.
Yeah. So, maybe we just put out 20 episodes a year. Maybe that is like an American TV show. Maybe that is.
Sure.
This is the Reknit podcast. Did I say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
I'm Roz.
I am Emily.
And we are talking about, well, we're doing some knitting and we will be talking about some knitting. You can find me on Ravelry as Rosaroo and on Instagram and Twitter as Rosarooney.
I want everything as Elfie McDork. Everything ever. All of the stuff and things. And we're doing some knitting. And we've also done a fair bit of spinning. Well, I have.
Yeah.
You haven't. Have you?
I've done a tiny bit.
Oh, my cotswold is over there still on my wheel. Oh, well, never mind.
You've got the backs over there.
Yeah. Oh, effort. Yeah. Well, it's been fairly busy. We are recording in the morning because it's starting to get very, very hot in the afternoon.
As the sun comes round through that window, it's just, we can't sit here.
And you get roasted.
With the curtains drawn. So, yeah, we have got the windows open, so you might hear some sounds of life outside. Sorry about that, but if we shut the windows, we might actually melt into a puddle.
Yeah, okay, should we get on with it then?
Yeah, works in progress.
Yeah, do you want to start?
Okay, I've got one work in progress. It is...
Is it that work in progress?
Yes. It's this sock that I'm currently knitting. This is just the very start of a rainbow sock. It's the second of a pair. The first looks like this. I've got it on my flap blocker and everything.
Yay.
Look. This is Opal sock yarn.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sock yarn, is it?
That I've made my sock out of. What a revolutionary choice. I can't be more specific than that because I've lost the ball band. And also, I remember last time the ball band wasn't terribly helpful about.
It's rainbow.
Yeah, but it's not called that. It's called a number. And this is West Yorkshire Spinners for the heel and the toe. This is their signature 4-ply in the colourway Spearmint. So yeah, this is just
very nice.
Miss Standard ribbed sock with a 2x2 ribbed cuff and then 6x2 ribbing on the leg and on the top of the foot. And yeah,
Have you worked out your meterage for it?
No, I haven't, because I haven't weighed it and the balls of stuff because of stuff and things. I also haven't worked out the meterage for my headphones either because of stuff and things.
Because of reasons.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that is my work in progress.
Is that it?
Yep.
Oh.
That was it.
I have some.
Yeah.
One I'm doing now is a sock, but you've seen it all before. It's a sock. It looks like this at the moment. I also have the other one that's done, which looks like this. I had to do a bit of guesswork because I took this sock. I think I cast this on at school, but I left this sock at home. So when I went to turn the heel, I had to guess how long I had to make the leg of this to make it match. I kind of got it about right, I reckon. That's not too far off. Can't see, there's so many shadows. It's about right. It's not too far off. I got it about there. They're my socks, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and if you wear them with like trousers or anything, you won't see the tops of the socks.
Yeah, so I finished that one, and now I've literally just turned the heel on that one, and I'm starting the decreases. And I have worked out the meterage, but I can't see it on the show notes because it's somewhere else. So I'll talk about meterage in a minute. Oh, it's there. Okay. So this, because for stash dash, one sock counts as the finished object because you might have one foot. And this is 144.5 meters for this sock. And the rest of it is spinning, so I'll talk about that later. But this counts as 144.5 meters for stash dash. So that's my first stash dash finished object. I'm also working still on the boxy, but that looks exactly the same. I mean, it might be a bit longer, but it doesn't look any different. Yeah. So I won't show you that. But I have started a new project, which is coming on really fast because the yarn is huge. This is the Maude cardigan by Carrie Bostick Hoge, I think, and it is out of this Aldi yarn. It's a bit floopy, this one. It's the same yarn that Roz knit a couple of her sweaters out of a few months ago, because it was on sale. It's $1.99 for this huge ball, so I bought two. I won't need two. The Maude cardigan it's written for worsted it's written for, and this is Aran, so it's bigger. So I'm making adjustments as required. The needles in the pattern are 4.5s and these are 5s. And I'm just sort of adjusting the measurements slightly. So it starts off, it's bottom up, it's knit flat, and then you add the sleeve, so it's not a steeked cardigan. It's knit flat. So it's pretty simple. So I've done the bottom, you can see there, I've done the ribbing at the bottom. So that's the back. I've just started the decreases at the sides and at the back to come up towards the arms for the shaping. But it's moving along really fast because the yarn is huge, and so it knits up really, really quickly. So it won't take very long, I don't think, which would be nice because this will be a nice lot of meterage for Stash Dash. And it's done. So that's my main thing I'm working on at the moment, and it looks like that. So it doesn't look very exciting just at the minute, but next time we podcast it will be a lot more complete, I imagine. So that's that. I think that's it. Have I got anything else? No. That's it. I think that's it for works in progress as far as I can see.
Yeah, I've done no knitting on anything or crocheting on anything that I haven't finished this week. So yeah, talk about my finished objects.
I can do those.
Yeah. First one is the return of the crochet blanket.
Oh my goodness. What a great day to bring out a really large crochet blanket.
Yeah. So yeah, this I finished last year, almost. And then this year I've put a round of treble crochet, a round of double crochet, a round of double crochet, a round of treble crochet, and a round of half treble crochet, because that was the way I could use up the most of my ball. I had one single ball of this. This whole thing is crocheted from Stylecraft Special DK, and the dark blue is called Midnight, and I can't remember the colours of any of the other names of any of the other colours. You don't have to stay under that.
Why not? Okay.
No. But I was crocheting around the edge with a ball, with my one ball of dark blue that I bought after I finished it last year, and I crocheted one round, weighed it, worked out how much more I could crochet, for the next round. I was very surprised to find that double crochet and treble crochet, there's a huge difference in the amount of yarn they take. So yeah, I thought when I'd done my first round of double crochet, I thought, oh, I could do like several rounds of treble crochet, but no, just the one. But yeah, so that used up most of the ball, and now I have,
which means having done the edging, you can now count the whole entire blanket as your yardage, meterage for Stash Dash.
Yeah,
so that's how it works.
It's about 5,500 meters. I have worked it out and written it down in a little book, and then I've not brought the little book with me. So it's
Oh, we got an extra bit.
So yeah, so that's my blanket finished.
Show the nice middle bit. Show the nice middle bit. Hang on. Here we go. Right. There's the nice middle bit.
The multicoloured middle bit.
Yeah.
So that's actually finished now. Although it does have an end hanging off that needs to be woven in. So that's a really big project. Well, the other thing I finished this week is a really small project. This is my pair of headphones that I have knitted an icord around. It's the same wool as the sock that I'm knitting, but then it's now no longer attached to both ends of the ball. So I'm now just knitting at one end of the ball, and things are tangling a lot less. I'm really pleased with this. Which end's the camera? I don't know where the camera is.
My end, I think.
Okay. Is it focusing? Maybe a bit. I'm really pleased with how neat the stitches look, because when I did the icord, after I'd finished, I got a crochet hook and hooked up the little ladder at the back to make an extra stitch, and that sort of tightened it and neatened it, because being as it's round headphones, I can't block this because I can't get it wet. I don't want to steam it or anything in case it gets it too hot and starts melting wires and stuff. So just sort of finish it off nicely, add that extra stitch, and it's taken the sort of slackness and floppiness of that little bit of ladder at the back out. It's lovely. So
Very nice.
Now I've got a pair of rainbow headphones, and that's all I finished this week.
I haven't finished anything this week.
It's not a week, it's been 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I haven't finished anything this 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Not for knitting. I have finished some spinning though, and I think we've got quite a bit of spinning stuff to talk about. So, shall we talk about spinning?
Yeah, let's talk about some spinning.
Shall we do the spinning and like the spinning stuff that we've got and all that sort of stuff? We'll just lump it all in one big. So I don't think I've got any other stash announcement other than spinning.
No, it's all spinning, I think, from now.
Cool. Spin, spin, spin. Right.
That was just me adjusting the show notes.
Right, so let me put this down.
Oh, I just kicked the table, sorry. That's made it go all... It was a very gentle kick, but I shouldn't have touched the table at all.
Right. I showed last time this on the bobbin. I've now... Oh, it's a nice colour when you hold it on the camera. That's pretty.
It's pretty in real life.
Caned it up. This is... It's got a bit of an interesting ply. I mean, I plied it in a barn, so I'm going to use that as my excuse.
You plied it in the Middle Ages?
I plied it, yes. I plied it in medieval times in a barn. So some of it's a bit loosey-goosey. But this is 587 metres and 88 centimetres for just the yarn, as it is, like this. And this is the John Arbon, I can't remember what it's called, yarn.
Blue spruce?
Something like that. And it's a 2-ply.
It's the merino.
Yeah. So it's a 2-ply, kind of squiffily plied. It's very, you know, rustic. And you can see there, it's a bit squiffy. It's had its bath, it's been washed and everything. It's just a bit wibbly woo, but that's okay. Rustic. Handmade.
Yeah.
Plied at speed in a barn. So because the rules of Stash Dash, I think they're different this year from how they were before, you can count the 2 single plies as the meterage, and then you count them again when you ply them. So 587.88 twice, which is the 2 single plies, and then 587 again for the plying, which is a total of 1,763 metres and 64 centimetres.
Which is huge for like one skein of yarn.
It is, but it was quite a lot. I spin quite finely, so I end up with loads. And this is going to go with the
burnt
copper one, which I might have in there. No, I think it's my basket over there. And I'm going to do something colour worky out of it. I haven't decided what yet, but they're done. That makes me happy. So that's that's all the John Arbon stuff done, spun up, good to go.
Yeah. Apart from the bag of broken tops.
Yeah, apart from the bag, but like the loads of roving.
Yeah, that we got out of the...
Is all spun, spunulated. So that's that. That's a finished piece of spinning. I'm now working on some of the fleeces that have been sitting in Roz's garage for years, all winter.
Years, all winter.
So we went through and looked at what fleece we had and picked it out and realised whose was whose and what we had to wash and what we had to... Anyway, we had a Jacob fleece that we bought at the Spinning Guild, and we have a picture of said sheep that Jacob fleece is from. This is Esther, the Jacob sheep. She
broke her leg.
She did.
So she couldn't be sheared, she couldn't be put on her back to have her tummy sheared.
She couldn't have all this bit done. She could have the rest of her fleece done.
So we've got that, but I think the belly wool tends to be skirted off anyway, because it's closest to the ground, and it might be a bit felted from rubbing on stuff. I don't know.
So last week we split the Jacob...
Sorry.
Last week we split the Jacob fleece in half, and I took half and Roz had half. We've both washed our halves now. I've got mine here in a large bag. Roz's is a black bag. So it's washed, so all the lanolin has been taken out of it, but it's still got a lot of vegetable matter and bits in, and that'll come out when it's carded.
We hope.
Yeah, it should do. So this is what you're looking at. So this is clean, as in it's been washed, but it's got a little tiny bit greasy maybe. No, it's not too bad.
Yeah, you don't, if it's not got, oh, it's quite sticky actually.
It's alright.
Yeah. How many times did you wash it with
soap?
Yeah.
Twice.
Okay.
Might be because it's been back in the bag a little bit. Yeah, so it's got a lot of dirt in it still that needs to come out when it's carded because it's dry stuff. But that's what it looks like now. So it's clean and needs to be carded. So that will be happening at some point. I've also been spinning some cotswold. I washed half of it. Must have been at yours last summer.
Yeah.
It will have been because we then drum carded the half that we washed, didn't we? Drum card it?
I think I drum carded it.
What did we drum card then?
Maybe a bit of it, but I definitely finished the drum carding.
Oh, okay. Roz drum carded it apparently. Half of it, which
I think we started drum carding it. I think we only put it through the drum carder once. I think I put it through the drum carder the second time.
Well, the first lot's been drum carded, and I have some bats for that which are in a box, and which I started spinning up. The second half I washed yesterday because that was at my house. And that's currently outside drying. I'm going to sneeze in a minute. And I'll have to card those because we don't have a drum carder anymore. So I'll card those into rolags and I'll... I've probably got fleece up my nose.
Probably.
Oh. I'll card them and spin them up. So my plan is, because I've also got a large bag of textile that'll get washed as well. Roz is currently washing some alpaca in my bathroom.
Yeah, that was a bag we got for £2.
That was Unravel, wasn't it? We got that one out.
Some lady was selling it out of her stash because she didn't want to spin it. But there's a huge amount of alpaca in that bag for £2. It was very densely packed in.
So at the moment it's like project wash, and then when Tour de Fleece starts in a couple of weeks, my plan is to spin as much of the fleece as I can. That's like my aim for Tour de Fleece. I'm going to try and get a lot of the fleece rather than spinning from roving or top or like prepared fibre, spinning from fleece that I've processed myself. This is mainly so I can get rid of all of this so we can go back to the fleece fair in May next year and buy more fleece.
Yeah.
Because if I've spun it and knit it into stuff, I can be like, I have no fleece, I need more fleece. We should go to the fleece fair, buy more fleece.
Yeah.
So that's the plan. That is the grand plan. And because the weather's getting nicer, it's much easier to wash and dry fleece because it's warm outside and you can put it out to dry. I left the cotswold out overnight and it was fine. And it's probably, it's nicely in the sunshine now, so looks pretty good. Yeah, so that's my bit. Do you want to talk about the...
I will talk about my spinning.
Yeah.
I've done a tiny bit of spinning on the prepared top, dyed top that I was spinning. I think it's Suffolk. It's the brightly coloured yellow, browny, orangey. No.
Oh yeah,
the orangey
red stuff.
Yeah, pinky red as well. Yeah, that's the colour I couldn't think of. But I injured my tendon in my right foot, so I've been sort of off spinning for a few days. So I've not done much in the last 2 weeks. But I found in the garage when we were clearing out all the different fleeces and sorting through whose was what and what needed washing and what didn't, that texel that I had on the podcast, and I said that I was going to, I'd spun a third of it. I hadn't spun a third of it. I'd spun half of it because I found the other half in another bag. And then I got to Em's and we found her texel somewhere. So the texel I thought was hers from my garage is just the other half of my texel which hasn't been washed. So I spun a 1/12 of my texel. So lambs are a lot bigger than you think, Roz. They're like nearly the size of a sheep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got lots more. I've got more fleece to wash. I've got more fleece to card and spin, and you know, I'm definitely going to get a jumper out of this texel though. I'm pretty sure.
Cool.
Based on, you know, the amount of fleece that it has, and the amount of fleece that I mean, 1/12 is almost 1 bobbin. And I feel like the purple John Arbon stuff I spun, I think I had about 1 bobbin full of that for each ply. So yeah, I should have enough to make a full-size jumper. So that's cool.
Right.
So yeah, that is about all I have to say about spinning. Apart from, I bought a book.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's.
And we've got the Hilltop Cloud stuff as well.
I bought this book.
Ta-da.
It's a belated Christmas present. I got a Waterstones gift card from my aunt and uncle for Christmas, and I bought the Fleece and Fibre source book with it. This is a massive, heavy, great big book, and it's got details of all the sheep breeds that they know of, and also other fibre animals like alpaca and camel, and oh, did I just see border collie? Muskox, horse, ooh, blimey. Silver fox.
Chinchilla.
There's a wolf hybrid, cat. Oh yeah, there's some border collie. Okay, don't know if you can see that. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, corgi, nice dog. Belgian Tervuren, yeah. So yeah, all sorts of fibre animals. My favourite bit so far is the map in the back of the British Isles and all the different, see that, sheep breeds. And my very favourite sheep breed that I'd not heard of before is called the Lonk.
The Lonk.
Yeah. Lonk.
Where's it come from?
Sort of up northy bit.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Mm.
That's pretty cool. I would like to now get hold of some Lonk.
Yeah.
Because I think that will sound cool when I talk about my Lonk.
This is my Lonk jumper.
Yeah. I'm spinning some Lonk. Yeah. So yeah, it's really cool. It's got lots of information, and I've only read like that much at the beginning.
It's interesting as well because it's an American book. And so like on the one for cotswold sheep, it says something like, it's difficult to find cotswold sheep in the wild, but sometimes they have them at petting zoos. I'm like, where I live, you can't walk for 5 minutes without bumping into a cotswold sheep somewhere. Do you know what I mean? And when we were watching back episodes of the Knit Girls yesterday as well, and they were saying they bought a fleece for $50.
And that was not an expensive fleece.
That's a good price for a fleece. Our fleece cost £4.
Our Cotswold fleece.
That's less than $10.
Yeah.
Because it's so abundant.
I mean, I don't think the stuff we got the Cotswold was whole fleece.
No, but the that one was £4. The wasn't it? Was it £4?
That was because it was reduced. Because it was because she was.
I think you rarely pay over a tenner for a fleece.
Oh no, you can pay over a tenner. I think normally at Spinning Guild, Hillary's fleeces are £14-15. The most I ever paid was 16. I think paying more than £20 would be
I don't think
unusual. And Hillary's fleeces are from pet sheep, so they're you know that they're cared for,
well looked after.
Yeah. The Texel fleece we were just talking about, they were £5 each for a lamb's fleece, which although it's smaller is like the best fleece you can get off that animal because it's their first fleece. As they get older, instead of getting... Oh, I've kicked the table again. I'm sorry. As they get older, instead of getting like grey hairs, they get more of the sort of wiry, bristly hairs called kemp. So, like, you don't want that really in your spinning because they're sort of scritchy and they take the dye weirdly, and they're more like hair than wool. Yeah.
But still, the abundance of sheep and fleece in the UK is very helpful.
Oh, yeah. You can see, like, on the map, like, the Britain bit is covered in names, and the other parts of the world have sort of more spread out with the front bit. there's such a weird way. In America, they have their world maps.
Yes.
So that America is in the middle, and this landmass is split into two, which is just so bizarre. Because like it's supposed to be joined up. But yeah, in America, they've got a few breeds of sheep
spread out over an entire
yeah
country that is multitudes times bigger than ours.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the sheep country. We live in sheep country.
It is. Anyway, the other thing was our Hilltop cloud. We are in the monthly Hilltop Cloud Time Travelers Club, and this month we had one that was called Rennie Mackintosh. It's 50% Shetland, 50% Corriedale. It's really nice. It smells very, very sheepy.
Yeah.
And Charles Rennie Mackintosh is a designer. Well, designer, yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's in these
Art
sort
Deco.
of signature colours. If you Google his name, you come up with a lot of Art Deco sort of style.
Stained glass.
Yeah. And it's these sorts of colours, so it's sort of pink and grey, and there's some purple and some yellow in there too. But it's like quite pastel-y, but it is very sheepy.
Which is the 1920s?
Yeah.
Yeah, that does smell like sheep.
50% Corriedale and 50% Shetland, so this is all sheep.
Yeah.
But it's lovely. So...
And it should be a bit toothier than the all merino one.
Yeah, it will be. It will be. I mean, you can see... Just by looking at it, you can see all the little, I don't know if you can see on the podcast, but you can see it's got like a fuzz.
Yeah. I've swallowed some
shows.
Fibre again.
It's it just feels a lot more sort of sturdier. It's very nice and it's lovely colours. So that is this month's. I've got quite a few braids. Well, I think we both have now of Time Travelers Club.
Yeah.
Waiting to go because the thing is we're going to be concentrating on fleeces. Oh, it means when it comes around to the winter we'll have lots of braids of stuff to do because it's not.
And we'll have washed fleece.
We will,
but we haven't necessarily.
But yeah, because washing fleece is not so much fun.
Although I have discovered
winter,
once it's wet and you finish washing it, you can put it in the washing machine and spin dry it if you've got a washing machine that will just do a spin cycle, which you haven't.
No.
But yeah, and then once I took it out of the washing machine, it was dry enough for me to put in the house, and it sort of, in this weather, it just dried. But then I imagine in the winter with central heating, it might also dry up. I could put it, in small batches on the radiator.
Cool. Right. We'll just talk a little bit about the giveaway.
Yes.
And then, cool. So, I finally put up the thread for the giveaway. It took me like forever to do it, but it is there now. So we're going to keep it open for at least until the next podcast. So you can go to our Ravelry group, and we have a collection of stitch markers just there. I don't know if you can see very well. Oh, I just dropped them on the floor because they came off the ring. A collection of stitch markers from Em's Craft and Chat podcast.
There's a
and
little
her shop. Oh, there's the other one.
Does she have a shop?
Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not sure.
We've watched her podcast and I've heard no mention of her shop. And
there's those two, and then those two. Do you want to pop them back on the
hit shop?
Do you want to pop them back on the ring?
Okay, and then there's also a turtle.
A turtle and a mermaid.
And I'm using the turtle stitch marker on my pair of socks at the moment, and it's very nice.
And I'm using the my turtle stitch marker and my mermaid stitch marker on my pair of socks at the moment.
I like the turtle has a nice sort of heft to it. It's not like overly light. It's not like
there we go.
Ridiculously heavy.
And where's the other one? It's there.
The mermaid has two backs, whereas the turtle has like a front and a back.
There's a front and a back.
I got myself a little bit confused looking at my mermaid stitch marker. I'm sure I turned this round. How can? Oh, it's got two backs.
Two backs.
No front.
No. Yeah. So the thread for that is up on the Ravelry group. So if you'd like to enter, please go and post in the thread, and we will do a drawing. Well, we'll see how many entries we have by the next time we podcast in a couple of weeks, and decide if we're going to do the drawing then or not.
Yeah, there should be a link down there in the show notes to the Ravelry group, so you don't have to go too far.
And this is our first podiversary giveaway.
Yay! Thank you very much,
exciting.
Emma, for
Yes.
donating the stitch markers.
Absolutely, because they are lovely, and for, you know, kindly giving us some too.
Yes.
They are very, very nice, and we recommend you go out and go and check the podcast out as well, because we sat and watched them yesterday.
Yeah.
It's nice to have more UK podcasters.
Yes. And there are only 5, so you can get caught
Yeah.
up really quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Is that about it for this?
I think that's all we've got to talk about.
Fantastic. We will hopefully, we're going to be busy for a couple of weekends, so it's beginning of Tour de Fleece is the next weekend, isn't
Yeah.
it? So we will try and podcast at some point on the weekend. We've got the carnival on the Saturday, and then we might be down at Alternate Universe on Sunday if Kim...
No, it's Saturday, I think, is the...
Oh, Saturday, is it?
I think it's the same day as the carnival.
Oh, okay. Well, if we go down to Alternate on the Saturday, then we can podcast on the Sunday.
Yeah.
And it will be the beginning of Tour de Fleece. And so we will... What's the hashtag? It's hashtag AU...
Team AU,
Team AU, something like that. Hang on, I'm going to
I
look
think
it
it's
up
probably
on there.
this year, probably Team AU 18.
So we are part of the Alternate Universe Tour de Fleece team. And you can be part of it too.
Yes.
Because it's on Instagram, and you just need to Instagram pictures of your spinning and hashtag it with the right hashtag that I'm going to find right now.
And you can be part... I think there's one... Because Kim gives away a prize for each jersey in the Tour de Fleece. In the Tour de France, there's a yellow jersey for the overall winner, and a white jersey with spots on for the King of the Mountains. And there's also a green jersey and a white jersey. I think the green jersey is for people who are not spinning but are posting in other ways and like encouraging people and stuff. So even if you don't spin, you can enter into the fun.
If you put your post under Team AU18. Hashtag Team AU18, and we'll leave a link to the Alternate Universe Instagram in the show notes as well, if you want to pop that in.
Okay, I'll put that in.
And then you can see the shop. So hopefully we'll be down there next weekend, and then when we come back, a podcast, we will be able to show you the beginnings of our Tour de Fleece, and then it will be all spinning for a little while.
So much fleece.
As we fleece our way around France. And I have a wheel for the whole thing this year, whereas last year I went and got my wheel after the beginning of Tour de Fleece. Do you remember? Because the first day I had to knit because I didn't have a wheel.
Oh yeah, you were knitting.
Then we went down and got my wheel, so I will have had my wheel for a year in a few weeks.
Yay!
So that's awesome.
Wheeliversary.
Cool. That means my wheel anniversary. You'll always be doing Tour de Fleece.
Yeah,
it's quite exciting. Right. Okay. Marvelous.
Okay.
Thank you so much for watching, folks. We're going to try and keep on a relatively good schedule. In a couple of weeks' time, well, in 4 weeks' time, I will have finished work for the summer, so things might get a little bit more regular and sorted out because I won't be quite so tired. But there's a lot of like nitty spinny things happening now, what with Tour de Fleece and Stash Dash, so we will have lots to do and talk about.
And yeah, now that we have the new recording system, editing the podcast is no longer dependent on me being at Emily's computer.
So it's all going to get much more easy from now, apparently, allegedly, hopefully. Anyway.
Now, all you do for the podcast is record the podcast.
Yeah.
I do the editing and the show notes.
Yeah.
So, you know, for you, it's going to be very easy.
Yeah. Hurrah. Anyway, right. Thank you very much for watching. And we will see you in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah. Bye.